The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
CVM News at 7 Tuesday, brought to you by KFC.
50 years of finger-licking good memories, yeah.
Oversized candy cane.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, regional leaders call for unity and trade reform at private sector breakfast. Wanted man among 2 men killed in St. Anne police operation. VAS turns key on rural bus system. Now for Tech Pulse, we explore gadgets and applications that make driving fun this summer. In the business report, what happens if Jamaica transitions to a green economic model? While in sports, ready or not, CVM Sports explores Sabina Park's readiness ahead of day and night test match. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. It's Tuesday, July 8, 2025. I'm Nika Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us. Private and public sector leaders from across the Caribbean met for a breakfast conference hosted by the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, the PSOJ, at Sandals Montego Bay this morning. They discussed tariffs, shipping costs, and the future of regional trade under the CARICOM single market and economy. Raymond Morrison has that story.
Morning broke with an agenda from private sector stakeholders, a call for deeper regional collaboration. The Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, hosted its regional private sector leadership breakfast, uniting stakeholders from across the Caribbean to tackle pressing issues surrounding trade, shipping costs, and economic integration.
The United States America First policy is a wake-up call. The first thing that we experienced was this threat of increasing shipping costs by the U.S. Trade Representative, saying that they were going to charge additional fees to shipping companies. We had Zoom calls with over 500 people on it to discuss this issue. We were able to spend time with heads in special meetings to brief them, wrote papers, made lots of appeals, and we dodged a bullet, right? Shipping costs to this region were spared an extra $1,500 to $2,500 per container by the collective efforts in this room. And I raise that example as really important for the paradigm of collaboration that we can have and forge going forward.
PSOJ President Metri Siaga agrees, underscoring that now, more than ever, the region must turn inward and support its own.
We need to look to each other more. Businesses must start seeing regional neighbors as partners, not just competitors. Whether it's a Jamaican manufacturer teaming up with a Bayesian distributor or a St. Lucian tech firm building solutions with a Trinidadian developer, these are the kinds of linkages that drive regional value chains. We've seen it work in other trading blocks, and we too must make it work.
And with Jamaica's Prime Minister being recently appointed chair of CARICOM, Dr. Andrew Holness reinforced regional unity is key to unlocking true economic potential.
Jamaica remains steadfast in our belief that this is essential for achieving economies of scale, improving competitiveness, and transforming lives and livelihoods for our people. And at this point, I would say that, yes, individually our economies are small, but collectively, the sum of our parts are greater than the whole.
It's understood that Tuesday's breakfast served as a platform for dialogue on regional trade reform, with leaders from both public and the private sectors sharing perspectives on the way forward. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
Talks are continuing about Tuesday's major shakeup in Caribbean media as Digicel shuts down two of its most recognizable brands. Loop News, which has ceased operations with immediate effect, and regional sports powerhouse SportsMax, set to air its final broadcast in just weeks. Raheem White has more in this report.
It's the end of an era for regional, digital, and sports media. Telecom giants Digicel today confirmed it has shut down Loop News effective immediately, marking the sudden end of a platform that, for over a decade, redefined online news coverage across the Caribbean. Launched in 2014, Loop had become a popular source for breaking news, lifestyle, politics, and entertainment. Its newsroom, teams across Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and more now disband. Digicel also announced that SportsMax will wind down operations with its final broadcast scheduled for August 8. The network, which first hit the airwaves in 2002, had been a staple for regional sports fans, broadcasting everything from Caribbean Premier League cricket to Champs, Premier League football, and Olympic coverage. The closure comes as Digicel pivots away from media and focuses on enterprise IT solutions, including cybersecurity and cloud services. That transition was accelerated following its recent acquisition of regional tech firm Simtai. The company says affected employees will be supported through transition packages and legal protocols, but the sudden exit of two major content hubs has left viewers, fans, and journalists alike stunned. As the countdown begins to SportsMax's final sign-off and the Loop's pages to go quiet, the region's media landscape faces a new chapter without two of its most recognizable players. Raheem White for CVM News.
Two men are dead following a gun battle with the police during a pre-dawn operation in Gravel Hill Limehall, St. Anne. Law enforcement officers acting on a warrant say they went to a two-bedroom house in search of Ricardo Hemmings, also known as Black Oil, who was wanted in the St. James Police Division for shooting with intent and other serious offenses. According to police sources, the officers knocked on the front door, but two men exited through the back. One, who was reportedly armed, opened fire. The police returned fire, injuring one of the men. The other escaped. The officers then entered the house through the same rear entrance, where they were reportedly met with further gunfire from another man inside. The police responded and the man was shot. Both men were taken to the Sandals Bay Hospital, where they were pronounced dead. A .45 Taurus pistol with a magazine containing 3 live rounds was recovered at the scene. Indicom has been notified and an investigation is underway. There's growing concern in Hanover over how road repairs and drain cleaning contracts are being handled. Mayor of Lucy, Sheridan Samuels, says he's questioned whether the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, is overstepping its mandate, especially as money earmarked for municipal duties is allegedly bypassing the local authority. Zor Grant has the details.
Mayor of Lucy Sheridan Samuels has raised serious concerns about what he describes as a breakdown in local governance and proper resource distribution. He says members of parliament are struggling to repair major roadways like the stretch from Great River to Negril, yet are now being tasked with fixing parochial roads that fall under the jurisdiction of local government.
Members of parliament can't even repair the central government roads, which are the A1 roads, the road from Great River to Negril. There are roads in the inner part of the constituencies that are A1 roads, and they can't fix them. But the government is now giving them the responsibility to fix local government roads, which are parochial roads.
Samuels also questioned the operations of the NSWMA, claiming there's evidence of what he called a feeding tree, where the agency may be stepping outside its core responsibilities. The mayor says he requested a formal report at a previous council meeting demanding clarity on whether the NSWMA's primary function is waste construction or infrastructure contracting.
I found out that there's a feeding tree in one of the agencies of government, NSWMA. And I've asked some questions at our council meeting. Give me a report because I want to know what is your core duty. Is it for you to collect garbage or is it for you to give out contract to bush roads and clean drains?
He revealed that a letter confirmed the NSWMA's core duty remains the collection of solid waste. However, he alleges funds are still being channeled through the agency for other works, bypassing the municipal corporation entirely.
And just after it takes such a long time, I saw a letter that they sent to me stating that their core duty is to collect garbage, but at times they give out work and the contractor will supervise the work. How can the contractor supervise the work that you're responsible for? You don't have the expertise in doing all of that. But because I said to you that the members of parliament are the ones that are taking the picture and send it to you, you can fool us by writing to us and telling us that, look, our core duty is that, but we are not going to do that. All they are doing, they're not sending the money to the municipal corporation, they're sending it to NSWMA, and they don't have to do any work, and they are collecting the money.
Samuels insists the issue isn't hypothetical, stating that in his own division, he's witnessed the NSWMA receive funds without delivering the corresponding services.
Comrades, I have seen it happen in my division. So I can speak freely about it.
Zogrand reporting for CVM News.
CVM News at 7 continues after this break.
It's just joy and niceness whenever we get together. And that smile on your face is something to treasure. Grateful that in these special moments, I'm the one that you always chosen.
Thank you, Jamaica, for 50 years of finger-licking good memories. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Yeah.
Remix the summer with Digicel. 100 lucky winners win $100,000 each, plus surprises all summer. To enter, buy a SIM 7-day plan or higher. Switch to Digicel. Be an active postpaid or Digicel Plus customer, or receive US $15 or more from abroad. Gift a friend a plan. They could win $25,000. Remix the summer with Digicel. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promo ends September 15, 2025. Conditions apply. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for more info. Digicel, better connected this summer.
This July, the world turns to Jamaica
for the Caribbean Investment Forum, the region's premier investment event.
From July 29 to 31, the Montego Bay Convention Center comes alive
with global thought leaders, exclusive investment opportunities, high-impact deal-making sessions.
Are you ready to invest in the Caribbean's future? Book now at CaribbeanInvestmentForum.com.
Let's shape a smart, green, connected Caribbean. July 29 to 31, Montego Bay. Powered by Caribbean Export, Government of Jamaica, Jampro, EU, CARICOM, Republic Bank, and IDB.
Thanks so much for staying with us. July will be a rush period for the Transport Ministry as more buses to complete its fleet for the rural school bus system will arrive. Even as the Minister, Darrell Vaz, provides an update without shortcuts and unparalleled protection for children and adults, as he deems it, he hits back against utterances he describes as disingenuous and distracting. More from Curlin Brown.
Transport Minister Darrell Vaz working through his own statistics to update and steady the first ever rural school bus system after the opposition poked a few holes ahead of a grand structured phased rollout which is still in transit.
In essence, all 110 school buses will be here by the end of July.
47 small 32-seaters, 38 mid-size buses with seat 54 each, and 25 buses designed to seat 72 each. And with an alarming percentage of students who reportedly expressed feeling least safe and secure when commuting, claims of old buses obviously also triggered the minister.
We did not buy buses based on pictures. We sent a team from the JUTC along with the supplier to go and inspect and select the buses that we deemed and sought suitable for Jamaica. Therefore, the units are inspected by both overseas and local experts whose confirmation of them meeting the required standard is obtained prior to the admission of a bus to our fleet. Our children's safety is our number one priority. This is why the Jamaica Rural School Bus Program is utilizing the gold standard of American-made school buses.
On board the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch in the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Safety and Security in Schools Unit in the Ministry of Education and Youth, pointing to an ongoing process of collaboration which involves consultations with stakeholders in the schools, including principals, to arrive at critical decisions such as best routes. So what of concerns about displacing private operators?
I have not heard one cry from any public passenger association or even the operators themselves, because they live it. They know it. And the fact is, if I can take off 28,000 students off of their routes so that they can take that much more adults paying full fare, then it is a win-win for both the government, the transport operators, the parents, the teachers, and the children.
Time, best practice, discipline, accountability, and responsibility by parents and students are other common threads to keep what's being described as a game changer revved up and on course.
I wish to reiterate that the plans for the rollout of the school bus system remain firmly on track for September morning 2025.
Doors on the wrong side will be made right, he adds, for the left-hand drive buses. Curlin Brown, CVM News.
The People's National Party's bus tour continues, and this time a stop was made in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, demanding that the JLP calls the election.
PNP caretaker for Northeast St. Elizabeth and attorney at law, Zalika Jess says,
the Member of Parliament for Northwestern Manchester, Michael Phillips, gave his response to the predictions made by the JLP for the outcome of the 2025 general elections.
And all I have to say to those who say, Northwest now come back to PNP. Call it, Andrew, call it, so we can show you that Northwest Manchester is going to stay in the winning columns of the People's National Party.
MP Phillips also expressed his take on the promises made by the Jamaica Labour Party and condemned them as untrustworthy.
What him couldn't do in 10 years, he might promise the people him, say him gonna do it in 1 year. Can you trust him? All of a sudden, he might bring water to Manchester. But I have a warning for him. Because them bringing the water, and them a color the water. So if you're not a GLP control constituency, you can't get no water. Look how long you have had the show up here. And a GLP in a power. And you still can't get no water.
While the PNP representative highlighted considerable work that the JLP has done in specific areas within the constituency, he was of the opinion that it was the right amount of energy being put in the wrong place. He went on to make promises of his own for the improvement of the constituency.
Them spend $150 million add additional classroom at Homewood when Homewood was not in need. And the only reason why them do that. The only reason why them do that. The only reason why them do that. I don't have to say nothing more. But I am telling you that Christiana High and Mile Gully will be priority on our People's National Party government.
General Secretary of the People's National Party, Dr. Dayton Campbell, who was also in attendance, called attention to the impact of an increase in food importation on the domestic agricultural sector.
When they came to office in 2016, the food importation bill was at $830 million US, and it has now gone to $1.6 billion US. It has doubled under this government. It has doubled, and we are importing things that can be produced right here in Jamaica. Northeast Manchester is one of those parishes that can produce Irish potato well. Why is it that Jamaica is not putting our farmers to work to produce Irish potato so we can take that out of the food importation basket? Why aren't we producing enough onions so we can take that out of the food importation basket? Their focus is to give friends and cronies import licenses, and they are affecting the local farmers. It is not okay, and it needs to be fixed. And the next PNP government, led by Mark Jefferson Golding, will fix agriculture so we can benefit our local farmers and feed our people properly.
Dr. Dayton Campbell also expressed his wishes that the same support that met the National Health Fund, NHF, and the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF, when they were established by the PNP, will be behind the fund dedicated to developing the agricultural sector if they are placed in power.
We will put in place the Agricultural Development Fund so that local agriculture can finally get treated properly. We will get that money not from any new taxes, but from taking a portion of the import duties that they charge currently when you bring food into the country.
Crystal Williams, CVM News. The Member of Parliament.
That report there from People's National Party meeting in Manchester on Monday. And of course, you heard it from Crystal Williams. We take a break. More in a moment.
Courts presents their 2025 appliance event. Be inspired at all Court stores nationwide. Save up to $50,000 on select appliances, plus free gifts with purchase. Buy a washer or get 20% off any dryer when you shop on cash or credit. Plus, shop now and pay later on 6 to 48 months credit. Be inspired at the Courts 2025 appliance event, only at Courts. Bringing value home. Offer ends July 24th. Conditions apply.
Truth is, HIV affects everyone. Truth is, avoiding care leads to a weaker immune system. That means you could get really sick. The truth is, the hardest pill to swallow isn't the medication. It's the problems that follow when you don't take them. Let's get through this together. Remain in care. You can live life to the fullest with HIV. And that's the truth. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Get big rewards when you catch the flow rhythm. Switch to flow or activate a 2-day or higher data talk and text prepaid plan. Get instant prizes and loyalty points every time. The more points earned, the bigger the reward. Plus, 10 lucky winners will share the cash prize of over $1.5 million. Get big rewards with Flow's Cash the Rhythm promotion. Switch or activate before it's too late. Check your text message for winning link. Feel the rhythm of summer with Flow.
Thanks so much for staying with us. It's officially summer, and for many of you, it's time to let your hair down. Buy that new car or the latest gadgets to drive your fans crazy. We pick apart some of the hottest car gadgets on Amazon for 2025. Welcome to Tech Pulse, where we whip it real hard. In Tech Pulse this week, we share insights into some of the top 20 rated gadgets innovators and reviewers think might just drive you crazy this summer and beyond. Let's take a spin. First up, a rivet nut tool. Customers see value in this emergency type gear that could save a life.
This emergency car escape tool is something every driver should keep within easy reach. In an overturned, submerged, or burning car, it can be the difference between life and death. The device features a razor-sharp blade on one end that slices through jammed seatbelts with ease. On the other end is a hardened steel tip designed to break car windows quickly when the doors are stuck. Reflective tape ensures durability even in darkness or low-light conditions. Weighing just under 5 ounces, it delivers enough force to break automotive glass with a strong swing. A tool like this can help you escape fast in a crisis when every second matters.
And because it's the summer and just driving for fun is likely, buyers feel a roof bag could be a plus.
This large rooftop cargo bag with an anti-slip mat is designed for nearly all cars, whether they have roof rails or not. It's spacious enough to hold 1 to 2 large suitcases and is crafted from fully waterproof material to keep your items dry. Installing it is simple. Unfold it on the roof, secure it with 10 straps, and hook them to the door frames. Thanks to its flexible design, the entire rack folds down into a compact bag for easy storage after use. It also includes a reliable code lock, so your belongings stay safe while unattended. This is a practical and secure way to increase your car's storage space.
We get a bit more techie with the Emporia EV charger for, of course, your private EV charging needs.
This compact electrical vehicle charger delivers up to 30 miles of range per hour of charging. It supports both slow charging through a standard 110-volt outlet and faster charging via a 240-volt power source. The portable charging unit runs a plug-and-charge mode by default, but can also be controlled with onboard touch buttons or a smartphone app. With the app, users can schedule charging times, view energy costs, monitor battery status, access charging history, and receive alerts when charging is complete. Despite its functionality, the charger remains lightweight and compact enough to fit in your trunk without taking up much space.
Let's take things up a notch with the iCar Pro.
The V-Gate iCar Pro is a compact diagnostic adapter designed to connect to your vehicle's OBD2 port and supports popular apps like BimmerCode, Torque Pro, and JScan. With this device, you can read and clear error codes through your smartphone, identify warning lights on the dashboard, and avoid unnecessary trips to the service center. In addition to fault diagnostics, it provides real-time access to engine RPM, coolant temperature, fuel usage, boost pressure, and up to 500 data points. The adapter is energy efficient and can remain connected. It automatically enters sleep mode 30 minutes after engine shutdown and wakes up at restart, ensuring minimal battery drain.
Who says you can't assess the vehicle before you get to the garage? That's it for Tech Pulse this week. Don't just drive with innovation and style. And remember, the future is now. For a look at what's ahead in sports, here's Jordan Ford.
Well, Nika, we are looking ahead to the third test between the West Indies and Australia at Sabina Park. Guess what? It's a historic day-night affair. Are the lights at Sabina Park ready, though? Well, guess what? We journeyed to Sabina Park to check on that and to get some answers from the key stakeholders, plus more information on the payments at Grand Slam track. That story we were telling you about yesterday. Yes. I've got some more details for you today.
Absolutely love it. And you should too, but you have to stick around for sports after the break.
That you always chosen 50 years.
Thank you, Jamaica, for 50 years of finger-licking good memories. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
When opportunity comes knocking, grab it. When I got my piece of land, I saw more than just soil. I saw a future. With a JN Bank Small Business Loan, I grew that dream and built a better life for my family.
Start your journey with a JN Small Business Loan with small business loans as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp at 876-295-1298 to get started.
50 years of finger-licking good memories, yeah.
The time by KFC is
7:30.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orvin Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome back. Now, in its efforts to continue to serve and protect the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF has officially launched its very first artificial intelligence AI police agent, Constable Smart. Speaking on Sunrise, founder and CEO of Amber Group, Dushyant Savadia, says the AI-powered tool is designed to assist the public by providing quick and reliable access to information.
In the past, it was very difficult to access to information, to read hundreds of pages before you get to one information. But what we've done for JCF with the Constable Smart, first of all, we said, how do we make people get access to information a lot more faster?
Yes.
Now, for example, if I want to understand the speeding ticket laws,
yes.
At what point can I be charged? What point my points are valid? At what point, how many points do I need to accumulate before my license is suspended? This even basic information is not easily accessible and not easily known to most people.
Yes, yes.
And that is why the conversational AI is making it so easy. It can speak in Patois.
Yes, wow.
It can speak in many dialects of Patois. It can understand in Patois those who have difficulties in reading and writing. For them, it becomes so much more easier to get access to information now. Just as a conversation with another person, you ask the questions and it gives you all the necessary answers. So,
we now take a look at regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. In Guyana, the new Enmore Regional Hospital was commissioned by Guyana's President Dr. Irfan Ali, allowing thousands of East Coast residents to get much-needed healthcare services closer to home. More from Newsroom Guyana.
But today's commissioning is not about ribbon cutting. We're opening a door to the future. We are raising the curtain on a new era of healthcare. We are making history right here, right now. This is not by accident or chance. This hospital is not an example of us simply building a hospital to demonstrate that we have done something for the people. No, this hospital is part of a larger vision a vision of a Guyana where every child, every mother, every elder, every patient, regardless of their income or their address, has access to high quality, modern, responsive, and people-centered healthcare.
And in international news, Elon Musk says he is launching a new political party weeks after dramatically falling out with US President Donald Trump. The billionaire announced on his social media platform, X, that he had set up the America Party, billing it as a challenge to the Republican and Democratic two-party system. Here's the BBC.
Now in the US, Elon Musk has announced he is launching a new party, the American Party, to rival the Republicans in next year's midterm elections. This comes after President Donald Trump signed his tax cut and spending bill into law on Friday, which the billionaire had fiercely opposed. Our North America correspondent, Arunade Mukherjee, has more from Washington.
Well, Elon Musk had said earlier on as well that if this tax and spending bill of President Donald Trump does pass, he will be floating a new political party. And in line with that, on the 4th of July, that is America's independence, he put out a poll on his social networking website X, in which he asked people, or rather his followers, whether they wanted independence from America's two-party system. Now, about 1 million plus people responded to that, and out of that, 65% voted a yes. Now, that is what prompted him to make this announcement. Now, it's very hard to assess whether, this is kind of a large sentiment, whether there's enough appetite for actually a new political party to be formed in the country. That would be very hard to assess because this was in the end just a poll that was put out on the social networking site and to his followers. But, given the optics, that's what's most important. This is Elon Musk, who has repeatedly criticized Donald Trump's tax and spending bill. He was the former head of the Department of Government Efficiency who said that, the Republicans who came to power and formed government based on promises that they would be reducing spending are doing exactly the opposite with this bill.
And that's it for regional and international news.
Stay with us for sports with Jordan Ford right after the break.
Remix the summer with Digicel. 100 lucky winners win $100,000 each, plus surprises all summer. To enter, buy a SIM 7-day plan or higher. Switch to Digicel. Be an active postpaid or Digicel Plus customer, or receive US $15 or more from abroad. Gift a friend a plan. They could win $25,000. Remix the summer with Digicel. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promo ends September 15, 2025. Conditions apply. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for more info. Digicel, better connected this summer.
It's just joy and niceness whenever we get together. And that smile on your face is something to treasure. Yeah.
Grateful that in these special moments, I'm the one that you always chosen.
Thank you, Jamaica, for 50 years of finger-licking good memories. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Yeah.
Get big rewards when you catch the flow rhythm. Switch to flow or activate a 2-day or higher data talk and text prepaid plan. Get instant prizes and loyalty points every time. The more points earned, the bigger the reward. Plus, 10 lucky winners will share the cash prize of over $1.5 million. Get big rewards with Flow's Cash the Rhythm promotion. Switch or activate before it's too late. Check your text message for winning link. Feel the rhythm of summer with Flow.
Come rise with Tamaiti. Your Wednesday just got a little crazier. First up, we'll dip into some blessing in Wednesday service. Then we set sail with the Logos Hope in Sunrise Book Club. We'll drop in for a little decor inspo with design diva Karen Booker. And your Wednesday fun wraps with Wags. Why Not Wednesday is brought to you by Flow. You've never seen a sunrise quite like this.